What's up, everybody? It's Steve with Bama Saltwater Fishing. We just showed up to Hooked Up Bait and Tackle right here in the heart of Gulf Shores, Alabama. And I need to get some live shrimp. And also, what do you do on a rainy, stormy day? We got real nasty storms coming through. You prep, tackle, and catch up from the previous trips. Bring my angle. Boom. Usually if Hooked Up doesn't have live bait, pretty much no other shop does. They're very consistent on live bait. But this is a shop here, tons of bait. So if they don't have fresh dead or live shrimp, a lot of times I'll come and get some the shrimp bags. Pretty consistent on that. But today I'm probably gonna pick up a new reel and get some lines spooled up on it, and then check the pompano inventory because I do sell pompano rigs to them. And oh yeah, look at that, fully stocked with Bama saltwater pompano rigs. But that's what I'm going to do today, is just prep bait. But I just wanted to come and show y'all, love local family-owned shops. It's awesome. I'm going to get some stuff done, and we'll see you on our next trip on the water in just a second. That's pretty cool. That was neat. Took off from the Gulf Shores airport. Wow. Heard something real loud coming over that tree line. I just parked the boat and we're about to go do some fishing. What a neat intro to a video into a fishing trip. It's a pretty cloudy day. We got some storms coming in, but I'm excited for y'all to join me on this Bama saltwater fishing episode. Well, we just got to a fishing spot and I'm using the wind to my advantage. So we have a high tide, it's an afternoon day, and that's when I really love to fish marsh grass. But let me show you my setup. I am throwing a Fairhope rattle popping cork and going to suspend a live shrimp underneath it. This is 20-pound mono leader, about 1.5 foot of it, coming to a 1/0 owner Mewtwo light circle hook, and I clamp on a small little split shot. This is a size 4 split shot. Now I'm throwing this with 30-pound braid on a Shimano bait caster. You don't need 30-pound line, but if you put real light line on a bait caster, it tends to dig into itself. And I am throwing this on a Crowder E-Series rod, a 7-foot medium heavy fast action. Let's get us a live bait out of the angle and get to fishing, everyone. Now there's multiple ways to hook a shrimp, and all of them depend on your presentation. Majority of the time when I'm suspending a shrimp under a popping cork, I'm going to go right where that horn meets the body. You want to make sure not to hit any of those internal organs, otherwise you're going to kill the shrimp and defeat the purpose of having live. But if you use a thin wire hook and go right where that horn is, look how natural that's going to look. Let's see if a big old hungry redfish will eat it. Here we go. Perfect. I like it right on the edge. Now when I first throw it in, I'll give it like 1 pop just to make sure everything's straight and not tangled up. And then with live bait, I'm just going to kind of let it sit there and let the live bait do most of the work. Something, try to already grab it, it looked like. Let out some line. Oh, that was a good hit. Yep. See how it doesn't play with it, just took it straight down? That's the type of hit you want, because normally it's going to be a little bit better fish. Come on, be red. Oh, it is. It's a gorgeous redfish too. Oh, yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. He's going to be too short to keep because they have to be 16 to 26 inches long. But he didn't mess around. That's a beautiful red drum or redfish. You're allowed 3 a person here in the state of Alabama. They do have a slot limit, which they have to be 16 to 26 inches. You're allowed 1 out of your 3 to be oversized per day. Let's let him go. There you go. Looking for a little bit bigger one. But sweet target species, and it's the first fish of the day. That's awesome. That guy didn't mess around. He pulled that cork straight under. That's usually when you know it's going to be your fish that you actually want to catch versus like a pinfish just messing with your bait. I'll get that back out and see if we can catch us a slot, something for dinner. Bobber's down. And we're hooked up. Oh, drag puller. That's a drag puller. Yes. Oh, another nice red. I just lost it. Or didn't get the hook in it. Threw another shrimp back out there. And this might be our dinner. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a nice one. Yes, we have dinner, everyone. Sweet. What a gorgeous redfish. Not even here like 5 minutes. Popping cork, live shrimp. That's all you need. That's an 18-inch redfish. That is within the slot and one of the perfect eating size ones as well. See where that circle hook in his mouth went? Right in the corner. If you allow it to do its job and don't set the hook, he's pinned. I'll have to put some pliers on him, but it'll go in the corner of their mouth, especially on these drum species. Check out his blue tail. That's an awesome fish. Perfect eating size. We'll throw them in the cooler and keep on fishing. So that redfish just spiked and gilled and buried in ice. It's gonna be a nice fresh fillet. We're gonna check our leader. I just kind of rub my 2 fingers up like that, and there's no chafes. Hook is good. Let's get another bait on. Oop. This one volunteered itself. He jumped out. So like I've mentioned before, you're allowed 3 a person. They get bigger than that, but those 18-inchers, which are the lower slot, because they have to be 16-inch minimum, an 18-inch redfish is delicious eating. I'm gonna throw right back here. Do the same thing. They're just cruising these shorelines looking for bait, and there's tons of bait. Shrimp, crabs, mullet, pogies, and other minnows, pinfish. Heck, even baby flounder and baby trout, they'll eat as well. Okay, just hooked up to another fish. Bring this one in. Find out together what it's going to be. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It didn't act very big at first. I think that's a catfish. Oh yeah, it is. They have a very consistent thump when they're swimming. Let this hardhead catfish go. Easiest way to let them go, other than just using pliers, but if you have to hold on to them, carefully avoid all 3 of those fins, just like this. You do not want to get poked by that one. He's like, put me down. Don't worry, we will, but you don't want to get poked by that or by that one. And then you can take the hook out and quickly let it go. Now do that with caution. Best thing is some pliers, gloves, fish holding pliers, etc. But being calm is the key versus rushing in and grabbing it, because those hardheads, they hurt when they sting you. That back out again, let out some slack. I like to, one good pop, make sure everything's not tangled up. That's why I do that initial pop. Because sometimes, oh, there's drag pulling. Okay, because I was about to say, because sometimes when you cast, it can get tangled up. Oh yeah, buddy. Come on. Come on. Another redfish. Woohoo! Another red, everybody. This one's not going to be a keeper, but that was fun. Because what I was in the process of saying while I do that initial pop is to make sure the hook, the weight, and the leader are not tangled up around the cork, especially with braid. Now there's other tricks you can use to mitigate that, but let's measure this guy. He's not going to be a keeper, I can already tell you. See, that's a 15-incher, but look how blue that tail is. Real pretty. Let's get the hook out of him and let him go. These are healthy fish. Very, very healthy fish. Here you go, bud. That's sweet. But there's ways to mitigate that. If you're using braid, what you can do is take about a 5-inch piece of some stiff mono, like 50 pound, and do a double uni knot, or whatever your line to leader knot is, and put that above the cork, and that will help the braid from getting wrapped around like it can sometimes. Okay, sweet, pretty consistent action, which is awesome. Come here, shrimp. Y'all gonna like this video. if you're enjoying this content so far. And especially if you fish with live shrimp or live bait and the thing's jumping everywhere where you can't grab it. But let's keep on casting it out. Give that initial pop. And this is just what I do. You don't have to do it. Everyone has their own way of fishing, but I do popping corks a lot. And this is what I found to work over the years. And there's a lot of different brands out there as well. Fairhope rattle popping corks are good, which they're made local, and I actually sell them on my website, bamasaltwater.com. There's a fish. Oh, good one. Good one. But there's there's plenty of other brands as well. But I mean, these work and supporting a local business. It's another redfish. I mean, this is one after another. I mean, one after another. That might be a keeper. Come on. Oh yeah, that's a keeper. Another lower slot. Calm yourself, buddy. We always want to make sure though. So there's another keeper, lower slot redfish or red drum. Perfect size here. This one was just over 16. So we're gonna spike them, bleed them, and throw them in the cooler. How sweet is this? Just incredible action today. So I had to tie on a new hook because I bent the other one out trying to get out of that redfish's mouth. But we got a new hook on. And this is awesome fishing. I'm gonna try to be a little more selective of the next one we catch, if we catch another one. Hopefully we can get one in that little upper slot, because I would like to fight. But here we go again. We have two redfish in the cooler. We caught one hardhead and a few other smaller redfish. Bobber's down again. We have one. Just, I mean, it's instant. It really is. Just as soon as I throw it in there, we got a fish. This one, I don't think he's gonna be very big. Nope, and it's not even our desired species. It is a catfish. Gonna carefully grab him. When he starts doing that, pull your hand away. But see, you can grab them just like this. Now, I say that as a disclaimer. Here, you can keep that shrimp. You know, if you're uncomfortable doing that, I mean, take some practice, and you don't want to get stung by those. That's all I'm saying. Just a disclaimer. Use pliers, use a towel or something, unhook them. But this is instant. I mean, as soon as I throw it in, that's why I like fishing during a high tide, even if it's at noon, which I came out here at 1 p.m. It's hot, humid, muggy, but high tide is right now. And you see, I'm catching fish. There's plenty of bait. There's a mullet jumping right there by my cork, and I can actually get my boat in certain places. Oh yeah, there we go. Pretty nice one. Pretty nice one, it feels like. Come on. Is this gonna be our limit? I don't know. Oh, it might be. It might be. Come on. Quit messing around, buddy. Quit messing around. Oh, wow. He's a lot grayer than he is red. Let's measure this one and see. Because I don't know. He might be just... If he's just at the 16-inch mark, just over like the other one, I'm probably going to let him go. He's just under. So this one's going to go back. Thin wire hook. Penetrates good, but it also doesn't do a lot of damage to him either. So, look at that. Little 2 dots on there. Oh, he slapped me. He's like, put me back. Don't worry. I did. There you go, bud. Okay, cool. It's a redfish kind of day. These are my favorite type of days, though. Muggy, high tide, and windy. It's great days to fish a marsh. Now, shrimp here are sold by the dozen at pretty much all the stores that carry it. And availability is, you know, Mother Nature dictates availability. If they're if this, oh, I was about to wipe the screen and we just hooked up again. But yeah, Mother Nature dictates the availability of shrimp. If it's real bad storms, the small shrimp boats, live bait boats, are not going to go out. Ooh, is that a trout? That is a trout. These only have to be 15 inches. Calm down. That's not a bad trout. Let's see if he'll make it. I mean, he's right on the line, but I'm going to let him go. That's not a bad speckled trout though, or spotted sea trout. And these are not related to your freshwater trout. These are actually drum. There you go, man. Cool. All we would need now is a flounder and we would have a slam. But as I was talking about live shrimp, they're sold by the dozen, and they're not sold, they're not separated by size. So it all depends on what they caught, what the crop is. These are all pretty good ones. You can't get anything live. You can get a cast net to catch your own live bait. You can use bull minnows if they have it. And then plenty of artificials or even frozen shrimp can work as well. Because a popping cork is what imparts the action and draws a fish in. And whatever's below it, these fish key in on. Oh, okay. That didn't take too long. About 5 minutes in between that last bite I had. Just moving along the bank. See what you're gonna be. Another red. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it is. Oh wow, and this one's actually really lit up and pretty. Good gracious. Not a keeper. Just from measuring those other ones I can kind of tell you, but see how that other one was gray and this one's just that nice bronze color, and the fins. Wow. Okay, man. I know there's a 24-incher down there. We'll get it. And the only trash fish I've caught today are 2 hardheads. That's it. I mean, everything else has been a desired species, which is not often that happens. Usually you're really blowing through some shrimp on pinfish and catfish and croakers, smaller ones. But I'm kind of happy that's not happening right now. No matter how old you are, something about watching a bobber go down or a topwater popper get eaten or sight casting in clear water, just that visual strike is fun and exciting. Especially this, because you don't know what the next fish is going to be when that bobber goes down. Well, that was right at the boat. I mean, right at the boat. Catfish. Okay, so 3rd catfish, but for what I've caught, these, I don't mind catching them. I don't mind catching them. Try to get me, huh? Here you go. Oh, I looked away. Typically that's when you'll get a bite, is when you look away. Okay. Just continuing to cover and fish along this grass edge. Oh, there's another red. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Hey, that one might be a keeper. Come on, let him play out. Bring him in. There we go. We'll measure that one. Now, that's a beautiful fish. I mean, they all are nice, but some are just prettier than others, especially with that sunlight coming out. So I've caught my limit of redfish. That's 3 a person per day, and these are all slot size, lower slot, but they're still keepers and phenomenal eating. So we're gonna spike him, bleed him out, put him in the cooler, keep on fishing, but I cannot keep any more redfish for the day. How incredible is that? Check out that mouth. Such pretty fish, and they're hard fighters as well, and they get to be pretty big. Well, that's pretty dang awesome. Got my limited redfish and been fishing about 1.5 hours at the most, and and only caught 3 catfish and still have a lot of shrimp left. I'm gonna keep on casting out, but I cannot keep another redfish. So hopefully we'll catch a trout or flounder, big old black drum. You really never know what you're gonna catch. So let's keep on fishing, everyone. Okay. I may run up in the canal and try to get on one of those big old black drum. There's some big ones in there right now. But there's no need to leave fish if they're biting still, and we know there's trout hanging around. Something just came up and took some bait right behind the boat. I've caught sheep's head here, even in the summer, and a lot of black drum here as well. Look at you, buddy. He's up on his high horse, ain't he? On his perch. Just got back from a nice fishing trip and cleaned the boat up or sprayed it down. That was an awesome, awesome trip red fishing. Ooh, I hear a jet coming by. Sucker's loud. I love seeing all the aircraft around here living next to a military base. If you enjoyed this content, smash that like, smash that subscribe if you haven't already. All of our partners are linked down below. I'm always happy to share these fishing trips with you. We'll see you on the next one. Most importantly, and as always, I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us. We'll see you later.